Nutrition in the elderly. The nutritional needs of older adults differ from those of adults and young adults. Ideal weight calculations vary for ages. It is recommended that the elderly prefer milk and fresh fruit juices instead of tea. They can eat low-fat foods instead of high-energy foods like jam. They can eat foods like protein or eggs. The elderly are also advised to eat cucumbers and tomatoes, which are rich in vitamins and minerals, as part of their nutrition. The importance of nutrition in old age. Nutrition is very important for delaying, preventing and treating diseases caused by aging. Nutrition should be balanced and adequate. A balanced and adequate diet helps to avoid problems and maintain functional physical conditions. In old age, diseases, injuries, and energy needs increase due to fractures. Inadequate nutrition for energy needs in old age can cause more problems and cause chronic undernutrition. Therefore, as a result of malnutrition, chronic diseases and deaths occur as a result of these diseases. Therefore, a balanced and regular diet in old age is very important. The nutrition of the elderly is affected by chronic diseases that occur during the aging process, and by physical, economic and psychological conditions. Therefore, it is important to plan nutrition in an appropriate manner in old age. Each elderly person should be selected according to his or her own condition, and a nutrition program should be prepared specifically for that person. At the same time, the elderly should do regular physical activity during this period. In addition, precautions must be taken to protect against harmful substances such as cigarettes. The dietary habits of the elderly should be balanced and regularly planned. The most common diseases that occur with age are chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes, and kidney disease. Therefore, in the presence of these diseases, special diets should be applied accordingly. In order to experience the healthy aging process, it is very important to follow a regular and balanced diet, engage in physical activities and avoid harmful habits. Nutrients to eat in old age. Here are the nutrients that people need in their lives. Fats and vitamins. Metal. Proteins. Carbohydrates. These nutrients are very important in old age. In the diet of the elderly, these nutrients lead to cell regeneration and are the nutrients that are the building blocks of the body's organs. It also protects the human body from external influences. These nutrients strengthen and protect muscle tissue. In addition, protein is very important. When you take these nutrients in injuries or fractures, a faster healing process is provided. It also strengthens the immune system. Thus, the body becomes more resistant to diseases. Protein intake in old age. Eating protein is essential for the nutrition of the elderly. Protein provides energy for the body. What are the protein requirements in old age? If there is any injury, surgery, infection or chronic disease of old age, the need for protein increases. As immune system function declines with age, more protein is needed. However, there may be some diseases that require restricting protein intake. For example, chronic kidney disease. In such cases, the specialist determines the amount of protein that should be eaten. In old age, 70 grams of protein is enough. Carbohydrate intake in old age. Carbohydrates are very important in old age. Nutrition in the elderly. Carbohydrates, which must be taken in a range, are important for the functioning of the brain. It also prevents constipation and works on the large intestine. The amount of carbohydrates that meets the body's energy needs is important. Care must be taken to meet 60% of daily energy intake from carbohydrates in old age. In other words, adequate carbohydrate intake is important because protein will also be used as an energy source. Excessive intake of carbohydrates leads to obesity. Foods that contain the highest amount of carbohydrates, legumes, grains, vegetables and fruits. However, especially in old age, starchy and sugary foods should not be consumed in excess. In old age, especially cereals. Eating fat in old age. The amount of fat your body needs is very important. Fats create a source of energy for the body. Fats contain vitamins A, C, K and D. Each vitamin has benefits for the body. The necessary amount of fat must be taken in order for some hormones in the body to function and perform their functions regularly. The oils strengthen the immune system and protect it from depression. What are the fat requirements in old age? If the elderly do not suffer from any disease, then the amount of fat that should be eaten per day is about 35 to 40 grams. It is recommended that half of the oils to be consumed should be obtained from olive oil and the other half from vegetable oils. However, too much oil should not be consumed, because excessive intake of fat leads to cancer, obesity and cardiovascular diseases. It is important to achieve a balanced oil consumption. In addition, it is recommended not to add oil to meat dishes prepared with meat. Meals such as turkey and chicken should not be eaten with oil. In order to avoid diseases such as cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol and blood pressure, which are especially common in the elderly, solid fats such as butter, margarine or lard should not be eaten. Because margarine oils are harmful to health, it is recommended to eat vegetable oils and olive oil in particular in meals. Fish consumption should be added to the dietary habits of the elderly. The omega-3 fats found in seafood and fish also protect older adults from cardiovascular disease in old age. In addition, omega-3 oil prevents arthritis. Omega-3 oil prevents obesity by preventing the accumulation of fat. Vitamins and minerals in old age. Adequate vitamins and minerals should be included in the dietary habits of the elderly. Vitamins and minerals have many effects on aging. Taking vitamins and minerals in the elderly strengthens muscles, protects against cardiovascular diseases. It also prevents diseases such as high blood pressure by protecting against diabetes. Adequate intake of vitamins and minerals protects eye and skin health. It makes blood in the body. However, it prevents diseases such as dementia, forgetfulness and depression. Strengthens brain functions. Strengthens the immune system and creates resistance against diseases. Therefore, it is very important to meet the need for vitamins and minerals in old age. As energy decreases in old age, the need for more vitamins and minerals increases. Recommendations for a healthy and balanced diet for the elderly. It is important to reduce sugar consumption in the elderly. They should prefer refined grains and dried legumes. However, they can eat foods that are high in fiber. Getting enough water is very important. You should drink water at regular intervals without waiting for thirst. Adequate fluid and water intake is very important for kidney function and kidney stones. The best sources of calcium are milk and dairy products such as cottage cheese, and yogurt. The following are recommendations for a healthy and balanced diet in the context of nutrition in the elderly. The number of meals should be increased. A variety of foods should be provided. Sufficient amounts of protein and carbohydrates should be consumed. The consumption of saturated fats should be reduced. Fruit and vegetable consumption should be increased. Sugar consumption should be reduced. The consumption of pulp food should be increased. Sufficient amounts of liquid foods and water should be consumed. You should eat foods that are high in calcium. Alcohol and smoking should be avoided. Sodium and salt intake should be reduced. Care must be taken to maintain muscle strength and an ideal body weight in the body. However, dietary diversity should be provided in old age. The types of foods for the elderly are classified as follows: meat, legumes, eggs, oilseeds and similar foods, milk and dairy products, fresh vegetables and fruits, group of cereals such as rice and bulgur,